I lived on a sailboat in Key West, fell asleep gazing at a billion stars, woke up to the sun and the ocean in a staring contest as far as I could see. When you grow up in Indiana, across the street from Lake Michigan, your father teaches you how to sail and you love it. The course of my life was angled to the wind, and I felt at home on the surface of two worlds colliding. When I was 27 years old, I met Grace in Vermont. We got married 2 years later and spent 1 week a summer sailing Lake Champlain. I got a captain's license in Texas and bad news at age 30. I had cancer that made my bones look like a worn sail, chewed through like I had moths in my veins. That was the first time. They gave me 3 years to live, 23 years ago. One could say it's what's prepared me for this. Now, round two. This isn't what defines me. I learned that when I was young. I worked for tall ships mostly, running up and down the rigging, raising spirits and controlling tension. I learned how to brace myself, how to hold my breath without closing my eyes. It's all in your attitude. And who you love, and who loves you, and believing you will, in fact, survive. When the grape behind my knee grew to the size of a small watermelon, I cried an ocean of tears because you cannot drown in the company of love. Friends and family resuscitated my disposition at daily appointments. I was thrown a line of hope during a downhaul, gifted the ring buoy of group therapy. I was scared, but I was never alone. One time, I was hired as a sailor on the Lynx, which sails up and down the East Coast doing tall ship festivals. I spent time as a master gunner firing canyons. I grew a beard. I once broke a whole bunch of ribs and my humerus, but nothing hurts as much as the idea of being taken too soon. I still have things to do. Radiation, chemo, peripheral nerve sheath tumor, 53 years old. I was walking the day after surgery. One could say it's what's prepared me for this. Now, round three, it's all in your attitude. I loved the adventure of the trauma unit, being able to help people, the excitement of transplant, never knowing what you're going to get, the healing. I love seeing people get better. Maybe it's different being a nurse, sensing it, knowing it's cancer. What can you do? I was calm. I took a shower. I prayed. I didn't cry. Maybe it's different because I am a single person. No husband, no children, just me in the hospital and ballroom dancing and Jesus. Maybe it's different because of my faith. God doesn't give me anything I can't handle. Church, I look at the crucified Christ, his outstretched arms, and I feel him embracing me. I feel him lifting me up. I offer everything to him. I'm yours, you're mine, my life is by your design, and I may not understand everything all the time, and maybe I don't need to. Hard time. They gave me high-dose chemo, and I had all the side effects and no knowledge of what could and would come. I have forgotten where I live. I have forgotten how to add. I had a blistered face. Not everyone gets a blistered face. Can you imagine how disfiguring that is? Besides being bald. I lost all of my nails and all of my toenails. Bandages covered every digit, suffered constant diarrhea. I began to wear 2 pairs of pants when I got C. diff colitis. I had blood in my urine, extreme pains in my muscles and bones, sensory and motor neuropathy. I have chemo brain. I keep following the Lord. I keep following the instructions of my physicians. I keep believing I will come out of this alive. I had a mastectomy. I have tendinitis. I keep falling. I tore my rotator cuff. I had a narrowing of my esophagus and stomach, and now I have diabetes. I still think God is just challenging me, testing me to see if I really wanted to do another medical mission trip back to the Philippines, where I'm from. I've been doing them for 25 years. Oh, but did I mention when I got the clear to go this year, I got dengue fever, so I had to cancel. I still don't think God gives me anything I can't handle. I am a gold bar ballroom dancer because nursing is so depressing and psychologists are so expensive, and really, with enough time spent digging, you can access dimensions of yourself you never knew existed. I don't need a couch for that, but a dance floor never hurt. When you're going through hell, sometimes the most you can hope for is an ice pack and the reassurance that one day you will go home to your heavenly Father. It was God that saved me. No matter how guilty it made me feel to survive, I wonder at the order and intention of things now. I wonder, did someone pray harder for me? And what's to come? Our hands to the heavens in praise of good men. Men who answer the phone expecting to listen, who hollow out rooms in their hearts for all the things we must bring but cannot carry. We give our dedication to men who know the strength of a gentle touch, who transport intimacy in their front pockets and our long histories in the soles of their shoes. Men who rushed to be with us and never ran away. Men who wrapped our heads and talked to us like everything was fine. Notoriously late men showed up right on time with their staggering courage, shook off their coats, bloomed selfless before our very eyes with reassurance that tasted like soup, soothed like warm blankets. They absorbed the shock of our experiences with the steadfastness you want in a solid foundation. Took us out for fresh air, held us up toward the light so we could remember what it was we were fighting for, gathering their own strength from resources vast in number and quiet on their entry. Some of them worked their whole lives to leave behind a legacy of unconditional love expressed in the subtlety of all the bravery in the room. Bravery that pushed every notion to the wall, thrust ideologies out the window. Together, we laid in that trench. We all know how dark a moment, how blinding a light. We all experienced what life thinks we can take as it births us forth forever, bonded anew. We got to know men who held our hands with no certainty of forever. Men who made commitments and renewed vows. Men who wanted nothing more than to be here today. Men who serve as the past and present. Men who believed in the future. Men whose tears were audible and efforts uncomprehendable. We owe our lives to men who bandaged our abrasions while taking the beating of our disappointment. Men who walked the dogs, chopped the firewood, stoked the flames of our hope. Stakes are high and we are all afraid of heights, but we know men who walked on stilts in search of answers, who admitted to us you never want someone you love to live as much as they do when their number might be up. We idolize men who pivot like professional athletes, who value the flexible, nurturing strength of femininity. Tonight, we raise our hands to the heavens in praise of good men, fathers, sons, husbands, lovers, doctors, brothers, all dusted off and in plain sight, accountable, resilient, empathetic, ready for anything.
La, ia, 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 ia.